Hello, I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the Loss Prevention News Network. We're here today with Stan Welch, Vice President of Loss Prevention at JCPenny, a retailer with approximately 1,100 stores doing over $11.8 billion in sales annually. Stan joined Penny's in 2007 as the Vice President of LP after having spent 2 years with Sears Holdings as their Director of Shortage Control. And after being there a year, he was promoted to Director of LP Operations and Safety. Prior to that, Stan spent 9 years with Target stores and was promoted 3 times during his tenure there. So after the last 19 years, Stan's been promoted 6 times with 3 different retailers and has shown that he's been successful in understanding and leading the change process that takes place whenever we change jobs, get promoted, or have to deal with the fluctuations in the retail market. Prior to all of this, Stan also spent time with Marshalls and the Lazarus department stores, now the Macy's stores in Ohio. He also has a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science with a minor in sociology from Eastern Illinois University. Welcome, Stan. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Stan, you've experienced the change process in your career quite a bit and progressed extremely well with several retailers. What would you say are the top 3 lessons you've learned from those experiences?
Great question, Gus. I would tell you the big thing is whether it's a promotion or an experience within another organization making a change, lessons in leadership. So I think your leadership's going to grow. I think it prepares you for future opportunities. And the third piece I would tell you is when you move families and you make a lot of moves, I've moved 7 times in the last 20 some odd years in retail, it helps you to make sure your family gets adjusted and you experience the city you live in. So those are probably the 3 big things that I would tell you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one thing to manage the change process when changing jobs, but how do you adapt to the changes in organizations when they happen and lead your teams through change?
I've been through a lot of change, Gus. I think it's important that when you're going through change, it's critical that you lead your organization and keep them focused on the objectives. So we keep our teams focused on profit, delivering sales, and most importantly, taking care of our customer. Mm-hmm. We never lose sight, no matter how much change is going around us, we never lose sight of our mission critical business objectives that we need to achieve.
Mm-hmm. I know you're very focused on developing future leaders. Can you tell us about what you're doing in your organization to develop top talent?
When I joined in 2007 with JCPenny, we began an assessment process and assessing our talent both at the store with our LP leaders and identifying those leaders, putting them through a process, and then putting them through a 12-month-long process for their own personal development. They get projects, they do different readings, and then they have to do presentations. We also do the same thing with a second developmental group with our district loss prevention leaders and home office team, that we put them through processes for development. So we assess them, and then we put them through a 12-month, year-long process where they do online training that we have, they do projects, they do different leading exercises with their regional leader, and they even come to the home office to do some exercises to also enhance and develop their leadership skills.
So I'd imagine you have a couple of people in the corporate office that focus specifically there for your size of your team that you have.
Yes, that's correct.
I mean, what leadership skills do you look for when selecting top talent?
When I look at talent today, I always look at past predicts future. So I look at people's past, I talk to them about what they did, what they accomplished at their other companies, but I really drive to them, tell me about your leadership, what have you done, so what results have you driven, I look at their communication style, the relationships they build, and the most important thing is the talent management. Can they identify talent? Can they lead that talent? And then can they promote the talent?
What role do you see cybersecurity and cybercrime and in that whole world of NRF Protect, so to speak, impacting the LP profile of the future?
I think it's critical for any loss prevention executive. Cybercrime it's a company initiative that you have to get your arms around. It's not an IT function. It's loss prevention, IT, legal. It's a multitude of teams, cross-discipline, that work together to help solve and make sure we have stopgaps in place to prevent any of that type of activity impacting our business.
In the last question, give us one piece of advice for the LP executive in the field that's facing change right now, whether it's looking at a new job or promotion or even having to deal with a new senior operator. What would that one piece of advice be?
Number one, don't be afraid to make a change. So it's critical if an opportunity presents itself within your organization, you look at that opportunity, you say, hey, I'm up for the challenge, I'm up for the change, commit to that change and you do it. But the other piece is if you're struggling a little bit with change, reach out to a mentor, reach out to somebody you trust, a colleague, and talk to them about it and get advice. That's what I would leave.
Thanks, Stan, for taking the time today.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode, and we hope you can use the information to the benefit of your career. Thank you for listening and watching. Have a great day.